Hello YouTube. I would like to share with you a dream that I had a couple of months ago. This dream in particular is different from the other ones that I had that seem to be prophetic. Although some similarities, but every time I think about it, there's new details that unfolds. The dream started off on a hot, sunny day. Just me and about four other friends who were sitting on this bench or like a porch. And just on the side of me, I happened to look up and there was like a fog, like a sudden fog that just appeared. And it was like the heavens opened, like the clouds just simply opened. And out of this cloud came forth like this bird. This bird was huge. And as it got closer to me, it's like I had like peripheral vision. I was able to see this bird, and I'm just maybe like miles away, just on earth, just looking at it. Like I'm able to see up close. Like my vision was just enhanced. As this bird made eye contact with me, I was so scared. But I just stood there. I just stood my ground because I wasn't too sure what this bird was going to do. Maybe attack me or something, but I just stood my ground. And as it got closer to me, this bird was just enormous. Its head was probably like the size of a car. Its wings, I can't even measure it, but it was big, something I'd never seen before. And it just rested right in front of us. It was like its left wing was just covering us, like the whole bench, and furthermore distance away. And it's like it changed. It's like it morphed into something. And when I realized and I looked at it closely, it had clothes on. It was like a robe. I couldn't tell if this bird was an eagle, a hawk, or a falcon. I just know that it was enormous. It was huge in my sight. But waking up, I assumed that it was a hawk. But this is where it gets weird. The bird was dressed in a robe with this blue or brown striped design to the shoulder all the way down as it reached its sleeve. And it became an angel. We happened to just get on it and we just started rising to the air. It was like being on the airplane, but on the wing of an airplane, and you're just relaxed. No seatbelt, you're comfortable, the wind is not blowing you away. We're just feeling everything, the atmosphere. I wasn't afraid. As I was beholding this scenery, it was just spectacular. Sometimes in my previous dreams of me flying around, I would be afraid, and once fear started to grip my heart, I would drop with ease. Other times I would learn how to be patient and to maintain a posture without the fear of falling. I would learn how to balance myself as I'm soaring through the air. But this time I was carried by this angelic bird. Looking around me was absolutely breathtaking. Then dropping below, I seen an ocean, not like what we see at a beach resort, but this water was infested with long leeches and snakes and wormy creatures. Then the scene changed. I found myself inside this abandoned facility. Dim lights protruding out of darkness, broken glass surrounded this godforsaken place, and a pool filled with sea serpents. Now, as I was underwater, I was able to breathe and swim at the same time. It was like wherever I wanted to go, I was able to just move at the speed of light. And I noticed the amazing part of this dream was that, although there was a few amazing parts, as I was inside this pool, I had two swords in my hand, one on the left and then one on the right. Now we know that swords don't really spin as you would spin a nunchuck. It's abnormal, it's physically impossible. But I was able to spin it so fast, it looked like a fan. And I'm spinning these swords on both of my hands so fast, I would go to these creatures underwater and I would just cut them to pieces. I would simply exterminate their existence thing. I was so determined to destroy every last creature. And this went on for some time. Suddenly the scene changed. I found myself on this jungle cruise sitting at the back seat, kind of like being at a theme park. And as we were riding the rivers, I noticed the waters. And what came to mind was the marine kingdom. And then on my right side, there was a huge crab chasing us. Apparently no one didn't see it, but I did. And I jumped about 5 to 10 feet in the air. And then I started to just fly around this place. It was like an abandoned zoo. It was like I took a quick tour in this environment, that this place was filled with creatures. It looked like hybrids. Some looked like monkeys, but this time I didn't have swords. My hands was a weapon. Although I didn't punch or choke anything out, I was enraged with anger. And I will quote verses and flames will come out of my hand and I would decimate these creatures. Sometimes I would look at my hands and they'll be on fire, but it wouldn't burn me. But the fire would just come right out and they'll be torched to ashes. My only objective was just as the last, was to kill each and every single creature that stood in my way. And any creature that stood near me, I had so much hate towards them. I showed no remorse, no mercy. I would even scream out verses, and sometimes I would just say fire, and that these beings would just be engulfed in flames. And I would hear about this marine kingdom like some years ago. I wasn't too familiar with it, although we know about the movie Aquaman, and I know that was about the marine kingdom, but I don't really think that this was actually a real thing. I know some people overseas, like in Africa and Asia, know about this kind of thing, but here, I guess, in America, we kind of entertain that kind of stuff. But this dream in particular was just something different. You know, having two swords and having hands that's full of fire. And he's using these verses as weaponizing scripture to just kill off these entities. I know that these hybrids have to represent demons. There's no doubt in my mind about that. Well, that's it, everybody. If you would like to share your dreams or opinions, you're more than welcome to. God bless you.